timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed.
Hear about both issues and joins us live along the Parkway, where Saturday's protest is scheduled to take place. Toronto.
Well, Rick and Shar has called a No King's Day protest, and Philadelphia could have one of the largest ones in the country. On Saturday, protesters will march from Love Park here to the front steps of the Art Museum. And with immigration enforcement a hot topic, city leaders hope cool heads will prevail.
We come here to make America great.
Immigrants defending their contributions to this country and community leaders defending them.
I think about my own neighbors in this city now being rounded up. It is just morally shameful.
Increased ICE enforcement under the Trump administration is one reason crowds.
Protest. 2 Latino protesters call a black cop the N-word during the LA protest. We can't win like that. Put up the picture for a mass. This has to be checked, dealt with, and if not, the narrative will permeate that the actions of the few indicate the actions of the many. And
so you have Spanish people calling the black cop the N-word during one of these protests. You in this and you in that. Okay, he's a cop. You want to not like him because he's a cop. You could have said he's a pig, you know, whatever. But I'm trying to tell you that these people don't like us. Why are you supporting them? The system is supporting them because the mass majority of black folks are not supporting these illegal immigrants. First of all, they came in our community and took jobs. And you know what you have? The gatekeepers kept telling you, oh, they only taking jobs that nobody want. I'm looking around, I'm saying, no, they're taking all these jobs. You go into any store in the urban city, they're right there. And once they get in, they have the AutoZone, the Pep Boys, the coffee shop, the McDonald's, any place that will allow them to get in, they will get in. And they would take over and they would tell management, I guess, you know, whatever, we can have people come work for cheap. And they would hire within and they would discriminate against us. And then they would start going into bigger companies, Walmarts and all type of Fortune 500 companies. And they are working in the inner city, pushing everybody out of jobs. And then these gatekeepers with their platforms, their radio stations, their talk shows, television news reporters, they're just sitting there telling us that, oh, don't worry about it, there's nothing going on. We see what's going on in our community. And now we were in an uproar and it was all showed at the voting booth. You have these gatekeepers in line sitting here, D.L. Hughley and Steve Harvey. They're sitting on their platforms telling us that, yeah, you got to get out of here and support because we're next. We were first of all, but we're next. If you don't stand up for this, you're going to be the next one to have to deal with this. Yet and still, their households are in distress. Their households are destructive. Their children have no respect. Their children are lost. You hear you have Steve Harvey with the Lauren London girl. She's sleeping with Puff Daddy and the son. And all these different, and Steve Harvey knows what's going on. D.L. Hughley kids are privileged. He said he bought his son a new car. The boy ain't drove the car in a couple of days. He said one time the girl on the show happened to say it, because he didn't say, she said, yeah, but one time your son went and called your people and bought a new car. And he said, well, Dad, I just didn't want to bother you with it. This is who they are. So then they tell us to get out there and stand up for everybody's rights. They just want confusion. They want us in a place where as though we're constantly getting our heads beat in, knocked down, and then we come to them for some laughter, some comedy, and some reasonable intellectual bullshit conversation. You know, this is what they do. You know, Oprah Winfrey, she catered to the white people at her show, but when she got that money, she made black movies. See, she had to keep us happy in order to get that revenue over here. Because if they cannot keep us in pocket, they don't get that. See, Snoop Dogg can shuffle his feet and do all that and go all around and get this money on these white folks. But if we cut him off, he's done. They're going to cut him off. Even though they're the ones spending all the money. Their children are buying all the tickets to the shows. But once we cut them off, they're done. So these gatekeepers have an agenda to keep us right where we're at. We have to realize that we can't trust them. They want us to think that the Democratic Party is for us. No, they're not. No, the Republican Party is not for us. They tell us you have to vote for the lesser of the two evils. If you vote for evil, you're evil, regardless of what party you affiliate with. You cannot determine that I'm going to be a good person voting for evil. No, you can't vote for none of them. Nope, you can't vote for none of them. Because they're going to keep you in that system where as though you are nothing but a peasant. They control you like a string. Do this and do that. While the rest of these in-houses, Negroes, they live the good life. They live the good life. They sell their soul to keep us down. We have to stop. We have to stop letting these people, when we see, you know how we're supposed to deal with people in life? You know how I like to deal with people? Forget being your friend. I want to see how you are. When I see how you are, you show me who you are, I believe that. I don't have to, what's up? How you doing? Get the move. Ain't even got to speak. Because I know you showed me who you are. Stick with business. Stick with business. When all of a sudden, you going to trust these white folks? You going to trust these gatekeepers? No. You know what black people not to trust. You know what white people not to trust. Stop trying to run around thinking that things are different. You don't use an analogy. You ride down the street, somebody beeping their horn all crazy. That's your coworker. That's the same person that you deal with all the time. So you have to understand that they are who they are. So when they beeping their horns that were crazy at you and acting a fool, don't get upset. Because you know this is what this person does. This is who they are. When you at the job with them, stop trying to deal with them. Don't deal with them because you know they're going to be who they are. When you see that white person, they are who they are. Stop thinking it's going to be different. It ain't going to be no different. You know how your people act. You don't, but if you know how they act, it ain't going to be no different. Stop trying to be friends with your own people. It ain't going to be no different. They are who they are. And you spend so much time and energy trying to be understood. No, you have to be understood. Do you make the change with you first? Then you'll be mentally able to go out there and make a better change for your life. But letting the dictators and people that children of slave owners and people that constantly gatekeep all the resources in your city, your black officials, thinking that you're going to have some type of relationship with this person, some type of understanding, some type of kumbaya moment. What? You ain't gonna get nothing. You're gonna get what you've been getting. Nothing. Come on now. I'm tired of it. I know you're tired of it. Let's make a change. Mentally.
Timid, look, I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like E-I-O. Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight. Yeah, did it. In it for the long haul flight.